Hi, Liam. I just wanted to know how the sort of team is shaping up in terms of injuries, illness. You know, you mentioned that after we last spoke. How are the players?
Yeah, so Enzo Fernández was ill yesterday and missed training. There were signs of it during the game, and that goes to show the type of performance that he put in against Brentford. Fortunately, Esteval's been back in. Jamie Gittins is back in. Who else was it? There's so many.
Malo Gusto.
They're all involved. Gittins is back. Malo Gusto's back involved, which is great. Another outstanding player. There's a few coughs. Working really, really hard. Like I said, it's not just at this club. Many clubs at the moment at this time of year, you're going to get that, and it's about making sure the players are right for the game tomorrow.
Kieran.
Hi, Liam.
Hi, Kieran.
Can I just get you, in your own words, just to tell us what it means for you to be managing Champions League match? Because I imagine that since you came into coaching, it's long been a dream. Yes.
Yeah, I think your dream, as whether you're a player or a coach or a manager, is to be at the very top of the game. The Champions League is a signal of that. It's not about me. It's not about me or my ambitions. I'm proud to be here, like I've said before. My focus is on winning the game. My focus is on being successful here. So I'm preparing the game like we would for any game to make sure we put in the best performance to give us the best chance of winning the game.
Gary.
Hello again.
Hi.
You've been around football enough to know this is a time of year where you have to field plenty of transfer questions, particularly when you're a Premier League head coach. There's a lot of talk linking you to Jeremy Jacquet. Obviously, from the French League, you'll know him well. What can you tell us about that?
You'll know about me. I don't speak about players at other clubs until something is agreed with any player. I think it's so disrespectful. If I was a manager of another team and a manager speaking about my player, I wouldn't be a happy person. So whether it's true or whether it's not, I will speak about that at the right time.
With Axel Disasi back in the fold, certainly when it comes to training with his first team teammates, is that a factor? Would he be available training again to be sold?
No, my decision on Axel, I had a really good meeting with him a couple of days ago. Wanted to catch up with him, see where he was in terms of his career. I said to the players, it's one thing saying things, it's another thing living that. I said to the players when I came in, it's a clean slate for everybody. So it was only right for me to have a conversation with him. Really good conversation. I got to know him really, really well. And it was the right for him to be back involved with the group. Because of the situation he's been in, he's behind in terms of his fitness, his match fitness, and we'll keep working with him really, really hard to get him up to speed. No, Raheem at the moment, we're in conversations at the moment about different things and different options that are going on in his career, and hopefully that will be clearer in the next few days.
Keris, third row, please.
Hi, Liam. I just wanted to check in on Tosin after he picked up that injury, and also with what you just said about Enzo, is he expected to be available tomorrow, or? Yeah,
so Enzo trained today. None of those lads are at 100%. It's a bad illness. So we'll make that decision on Enzo tomorrow and what he looks like in terms of starting or from the bench. Unfortunately for Tosin, there's something in his hamstring, which is going to rule him out for the next few weeks. But I can't be more precise with that at the moment.
Peter, just at the back, please.
Hi, Liam.
Hi, Peter.
We're going to speak to Liam Delap, I think, shortly. And obviously you worked with him at Hull. I know you've spoken a little bit before about him, but I was just wondering, now that you've worked with him for a little bit, I know he was ill, but compared to when you were coach at Hull, how have you seen his progress? What kind of player is he now compared to then? And what does he need to do now to really kick on at Chelsea?
Yeah, I've been delighted, not just with Liam, with a lot of the players that I've worked with through my career. When Liam moved to Ipswich, we were watching every game. Not just him, Jacob Greaves, Jadon Philogene. I like to keep a track of the players that I've worked with, and it was so good to see him perform at the level that I really believe he was capable of in the Premier League. So it did not surprise me at all to see him come to this club and move up a level again. And the great thing for Liam, with his age, with his potential, with what I know he's capable of, it's exciting because he's got so much more to come. But in terms of working with him at Hull, I'm not surprised at the level he's got to in a short space of time. But he also knows with me, I'm going to keep pushing him to keep improving. And if he can do that, and I'm very confident he can, he's going to have an outstanding career.
Jacob?
Hi, Liam. I'm not sure if you've seen, there's been quite a lot of reports in Europe over the last few days talking about PSG, Real Madrid wanting Enzo Fernández this summer. Obviously, he's already looked really important for you in your first few games. So I just wonder what your reaction is to those suggestions.
It means nothing to me. When you're a world-class player, an outstanding player, there's always going to be speculation that you can't control. What I've said about Enzo on record is the case. Been outstanding in the time I've worked with him. And he's even surprised me in a good way in terms of what he did on Saturday to be ill. I know it was his birthday, but to be ill and cover the ground that he did, the way that he's trained and the way that he's performed. I'm speaking on the realities of the situation, which is he's a Chelsea player. He's very, very important to me. And I think we're going to have a really, really good, hopefully winning relationship moving forward in the short term and the long term.
Dan, in the front here, please.
Liam, how much of an advantage would it be to avoid playoff games in February, given you're coming in mid-season and you're literally just playing games, recovery, maybe 1 or 2 training sessions and then another game?
Yeah, it would be optimal. It would be great, especially when you're a new manager coming in. You want those training days so you can imprint a little bit more. But the most important thing is getting through. That's what's important. So tomorrow, we focus on the game. Pafos is not an easy game. They're still in a position where they can qualify. Analysing them, they have strengths in terms of the way Albert has put the team together that we have to be aware of. But we need to go out and perform really, really well and not think too much about how important it is to miss out games. The most important thing is qualifying.
And one of those strengths, if he's fit, will be David Luiz. Yeah. I wondered how much whether you'd played against him, because you're not much older than he is, and whether you come across him and what you think he's brought to the
David, over his career, has had an outstanding career. Obviously, he's had successful times at this club, and I'm sure he's working really, really hard to be fit to play in what would be a really important game for him. Analysing the last game, I think he came off. Don't know how serious that is, but I think for him, he would love to play in this game and perform really well in it.
Rob, in the middle, please.
Hi, Liam. What do you think Enzo's best position in the team is from what you've seen? Because a few different Chelsea managers have tried him in a couple of different places. Is he next to Caicedo in midfield, or is he a more effective 10, do you think?
I think Enzo, because he's got an extreme skill set, firstly, technically, he's outstanding. He covers a lot of ground. He's actually a very, very good athlete in terms of the way he can cover ground. He can finish, he can score goals. He arrives really well in the box when he plays higher up as like a forward running 8 or a number 10 in the pocket. He really does arrive well in the box. And a player of his level can do many different things. What I need to do, not just with Enzo, with all of the players, is find out what the chemistry is around his position. It's not just him, it's how other players fit around him. But for me, Enzo can play deeper as a 6, which he did really well against Arsenal. I brought him on against Charlton as a pocket player, and he did really well there. Doesn't surprise me because he's an outstanding player. So I don't like pigeonholing players. I don't say they're one position. If you look in my career, what I've done with players, I've used them in different roles because of the way teams play against us and the strengths and weaknesses of each game. And I'll do that with Enzo because he's an outstanding player.
Okay, we've got time for a few more. Jacob, in the back.
Hello again. Both times Chelsea won the Champions League, it comes when they've changed manager mid-season. I just wonder if you think it's realistic this season that you could be the third to do that.
It would be great. Hopefully third time, not lucky, because you're not lucky to win a Champions League. I've said to the players, if we focus on each game, not think too far ahead, perform as well as we possibly can. I never limit the ambitions of my group, no matter what group I'm working with. But those games and those trophies don't exist if you don't do the job now. We have to focus on this game, and hopefully another 3 points puts us closer to that target.
Peter?
Hi again, Liam. We saw Mamadou Sarr win the African Cup of Nations on Sunday night. He's someone, obviously, that you know really well. Is he someone that you could see have a strong career back at Chelsea? Is that something even under consideration for this month? Obviously, we've spoken about looking for another defender. Where does Mamadou fit into all of that?
Yeah, firstly, congratulations to Mamadou. It's a huge honour to win a tournament. I watched the game. It was a crazy game. Thought he performed really, really well in it. It doesn't surprise me working with him. Again, he is someone at the moment who is not my player. I won't speak about players or their futures or what's to come, because I have a lot of respect for Strasbourg. I have a lot of respect for Gary O'Neill and what they're doing there. He's got an amazing potential. He's got an amazing career in front of him. But in terms of our plans in the future or now, I don't think it's the right time to speak about that.
Okay. There's no more questions. We'll end it there.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you.